Yeah, in a ghost, sitting low.
Take me from when you received it and how it got to be the dope joint that we all are enjoying right now.
So when I heard it, it was like a month ago.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I'd say like a month ago and a couple weeks, maybe a month and 2 weeks or so. Right, that's the first time I heard it, and I don't think it was a snare that I was unhappy with. It was a little lead in the background. That sounds funny. It was a lead in the background though that it was too sharp. That's the thing. It was too sharp. Yeah, and that's the only thing that was bothering me. And I like the beat so much, so I keep playing the beat and like freestyling, but like it was something that was bothering me. So luckily, Nani was here with me at the time, here at my house, and so he had his laptop, so we were able to fix it, and yeah, I basically just did the idea. I had the hook maybe for like one day, and then I added the verse, and then I had the song for like 2 weeks or so, and then I sent it to Stogie. I thought he'd be perfect for it, and I was just like, yo.
Why? Why did you think he would be perfect for it? What informed that decision?
Because it's such a OG type beat, you know. Even though it's like a boppy beat that could exist in the club and stuff like that, but it's not like your regular skirt kid type beat, you know.
Right.
I felt like he would say something on it. So yeah, that's definitely why I had Stogie T in mind.
So when you got it and then you were hearing it over and over again, and then you came up with the hook. What informed that? Why Dunno? How did that come to you?
I don't know. I was just freestyling.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I was just playing it, and yeah, I was just saying so. I was just saying a bunch of stuff. That's how I usually start like working on songs. Like if it's a clubby banger type beat that doesn't really require a lot of thinking, like I'll just freestyle something until something catches and make it make sense, and then build from there on. You know?
So then you decide Stogie's the perfect person to be on it, and then he gets on it, and then when you hear it, are you happy with the way that it turns out? And I think especially with having someone like Stogie on it, would you be able to be like, not really what I was going for, but...
No, I would. I mean, I would. That's like that's a thing that a lot of artists understand, right? Like when we're collaborating on a song, we're doing just that. We're collaborating, so we're adding as much dopeness as we can to this one thing to make sure it's perfect and it works out for everybody. Right. So let's say I wanted the song to be mine, and I had Stogie T come on it, and I wasn't happy with his verse. Then I would have said, yo, I like the first this and that and da-da, maybe if you can switch this up and da-da-da. And that's never a thing. I think a lot of artists understand the importance of getting everything right on a song. But it was his song this time, so it's not like I didn't have a say.
Yeah.
You know, even if I did have a say, it would just be advice. He wouldn't have to take it.
Yeah. So the decision for it to be his joint, was that already something that you knew from jump, or how does that work for someone who might not know? Because it sounds like it got to you first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you make that kind of call for?
Yeah, that's different. With me, the people I like, I just give them songs sometimes. Sometimes I feel like, yo, this song is dope as hell, and I hear that person on it. Yeah. And if I have a lot of songs and I've already been releasing a lot of stuff, I just give it to them, like, so they can drop it. You know, for me, it's not as complicated as it is for other artists. For some artists, that whole process is it's different. Some artists snatch the song from other artists,
right,
and that type of stuff. Yeah, I give songs away. I write for people sometimes, so I like doing that.
So if I want to be a rapper, would you write for me?
Yeah, we will work it out. But it could definitely happen. This is like a sport for me, you know. And if I stop challenging myself in different ways, then I'll only be good in one way. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll be stuck in one little, and I don't want that. So I try as much as I can to wiggle around, you know.
Okay, so now the joint is done and it's out there and people are now consuming it. Because I often think of, if I were an artist, I'd be I'd find it a little bit difficult to put something into the world and then emotionally detach from it, because you know when you're creating, it's a part of you in one way or another. So now it's out there, people are consuming it, people are now in a position where they can have opinions on it and feedback. What is that process like for you, and how are you sitting and looking at what everybody's saying about it?
Specifically for this song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just proud. I'm proud of the work we did together with Stogie. I'm happy for him. I see it went #1 on radio already. Like it's really doing something amazing. He texted me the other day. He was like, "Yo, do you know what we just done?" I was like, "No, what? I haven't been on Twitter. What's happening?" And he's like, "Yo, the streets are happy." And I was like, "Yo, that's dope, man. That's dope." You know, Stogie T is one of the rappers I've always been messing with since I was a kid, since before I met him. And a lot of people don't know this, but when I was coming up, he actually flew down to Durban to come meet me to talk about some business. And even though that didn't work out, like things didn't get sour. A lot of people approached me, like hoping to work in the future when I was still up and coming. And when it didn't work out, things kind of went sour. And he was the one dude who was just solid. He was just like, "Yo, I respect you and your work regardless. Let's keep riding, even if we don't do business together."
Right.
You know? And it's one of the people I always respected like that. So I'm happy for him, man.
That's dope. And quickly before I let you go, so it's hit #1, but you're also dominating a number of charts in a big way. Does that ever get old for you? Is it like, okay, yeah, another one, or does it still have the same weight on you personally when you reach those peaks?
It's definitely the same weight, but in a different, how can I say this? It feels like a different type of achievement. It's like when I make #1 and I'm like on the charts as an up and coming artist, it feels like, okay, cool, we're climbing.
Yeah.
And then when you make it to not necessarily the top, but like when you make it to a position where people are like, okay, we expect nothing but chart climbing songs from you, it's like you're happy for maintaining and getting better, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like for staying on the charts.
Yeah.
It definitely holds a lot of weight. Definitely. It's different. Now it's like staying on there versus getting on it. You know what I mean?
Is it harder to do to maintain? Because a lot of the times people will say, you know, getting something might be difficult, but keeping that thing and maintaining it might be a lot more difficult. Is that the same for you in this instance?
Nah, not for me. Not for me. Not that for me. Because that's never my #1 priority. That's never one of the things I think about up until we release the song. Then I'm like, okay, cool, what's happening here? What's this and that? But up until then, like, I'm not really thinking about it. I'm looking at it as pure art. I'm looking at it as art. You know, when you make art, you don't really think about opinions and stuff. You just go with the flow. You go with the feeling. Until you have to put it up for exhibition, and then you're just like, oh.